So, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's hashtag Finance Friday. So, this month we are going to be talking about the topic of inflation. So, rising prices and how your business can conquer the rising prices that we are facing in our country and the economy. So, you might be wondering what exactly is the definition of inflation? According to Google, inflation is defined as the rate of increase in prices over a given period of time. So inflation is typically a broad measure defining the overall increase in prices or the increase in the cost of living within a country. So a good way to remember this term is if you think of the verb inflating. So you could blow air into a balloon to inflate it, so blow it up. So therefore, inflation is the increase or going up of prices. So it should be no surprise that the COVID-19 pandemic has been the cause of a rise in inflation. However, the current conflict in Europe has skyrocketed inflation worldwide and caused a rise in prices everywhere. So, as a business owner, this affects you. So, we know that the prices of fuel and daily living costs going up makes it harder for you as a business owner to maximize the profitability of your business. So, that's why we chose this topic. We want to help you by equipping you to face the real world problems that are affecting the way you operate as a business. So, now that we've established what inflation is, let's look at some very real ways that it has affected prices. So firstly, the increased price of fuel. So using unleaded petrol as an example, fuel has gone up from a price of 14 Rand 83 cents per litre in July 2020 up to 21 Rand 63 Rand per litre as of May 2022. This is a drastic price increase. So there's also been an increase in the price of living. So according to Numbeo, a single person's estimated monthly costs are 9,040 Rand 87 cents without rent, compared to 7,911 Rand in 2020, according to IOL. So these two figures alone show a sharp increase in prices over the past 2 years. So with an increase in price comes a need for an increase in income. So this has been a stumbling block for many businesses as the methods that had worked for years in the past suddenly weren't as effective in the 2020 atmosphere. So many businesses found themselves locked out of the market by their lack of ideation and social media presence. So as a business owner, you might have found some challenges such as a rise in your overhead expenses, a slowdown of sales, or a decrease in income. So what we want to do in this video is to help prompt your ideation journey to help you restore and hopefully increase the productivity and profitability of your business. So it may seem scary to start off with, but taking steps such as these is what allows your business to grow and thrive where you are now. So there are some key issues we're facing at the moment. The main one is the rise in fuel prices. So this alone can seriously affect the way your business works, such as employees coming to work may experience increased transportation costs. You as a business might face increased stock transport costs as well as shipping fees. So all three of these can be tough on a business, and there are two ways you could try to think differently about what you do and find a way to do business that is both profitable and productive in this current economic climate. Firstly, you can look at remote working, and secondly, you could look at finding the most cost-effective option. So let's go into a little more depth in these two. So firstly, remote working. The pandemic has forced remote working to the forefront of the business world. So working from home is no longer a strange concept to people, with the 2020 lockdowns forcing the workforce to adapt. Many people have set up their homes to help them work more efficiently. So renting office space can be quite costly, as well as having to account for the transport of your employees. So as the price of fuel increases, setting up your business in a way that supports and encourages remote working. This could be a way to ensure you as a business reduce your rental costs because you might need less office space due to employees working from home. You could even go as far as to become totally remote and eliminate the cost as a whole. So you might be wondering how to find employees who are qualified and willing to work remotely. So we have some suggestions. First, you can try posting the job on LinkedIn. With many people looking for work, this is a prime tool to make use of. Your post will be shown to people who match the requirements you are looking for. So you can even include in the job description that the job is remote and that you'll be required to work from home. So this will allow people to know what they're signing up for right off the bat. So secondly, you can try a service like Upwork. So Upwork is a platform that allows you to post jobs and allows creators and workers to apply for specific jobs. It may take a few tries, but you could definitely end up with somebody who is both cost effective and who does the job well. So another thing to consider is hiring outside of your country. So developing countries often have young people looking for work. So this combined with the exchange rate could work very well for your business. Now, I know remote working is not always an option, but it is something worth considering if you can and if it is an option within your business. So it can negate both the cost of transportation and the rental fee of renting an office space. So secondly, you can look at finding the most cost-effective option. So this might sound obvious when you hear it at first, but this is something many businesses have not stopped to address. It's important to look at the current list of services you employ and to find out if there are cheaper options available. You could find cheaper options of your email software, in-house communication software, time tracking software, invoicing software, shipping companies. So there's a whole long list of your expenses that you could go through to see whether you are using the most cheapest option out there that'll work for your business. So these may seem like small things, but in the current economic climate, every rand saved is something you can put towards the future of your company. So brand loyalty is something you have to look at here. Certain services cost more than others, and often sticking with a company out of loyalty is something that could be costing you money you can't afford to be spending in the long run. So it's hard to address your internal preferences and biases, but doing so could save your business the essential rands it takes to make it successful. So the hardest part of all of this is that there is nothing we can do to stop inflation. All we can do is adapt the way we do things to make the most of where we are and where you are as a business in 2022. So prices continue to climb, and the best thing we can do is adapt to the way we work to fit the economic climate we're in. So if you're wanting to learn more about the finances of your business and how to manage them well, we have something for you, and that's called our Finance for Beginners Digital Workbook. So our Finance for Beginners digital workbook includes 2 worksheets that will help you learn how to budget and unpack your income statements in order to have a profitable business. So having your financial information laid out clearly is an important step in knowing where your money is going and where you can be saving money. So inflation will always be here and likely will always be increasing. So the best thing you can do is to make sure you understand where you stand financially as a company and constantly be looking for new and more effective ways to increase your productivity and your profitability. Thank you for tuning into this week's #Finance Friday. We'll see you next week.